it's Joe with OCDetailing, and we're comparing Model Ys today. So the Juniper Model Y just got released. I've got two of them in the shop. One of them happens to be mine. There's a really cool delivery party yesterday at Tesla. We got to go tour the factory. We got to see a cyber cab in person. We got to go around the Tesla racetrack, all while picking up my brand new Juniper Model Y. While I was there, one of my customers was actually picking up his too, and he happens to be an engineer at Tesla that helped design this car. So I have a lot of inside facts on this, so I want to let you know what the differences between these two cars are. Now, one of the big things he said to me was the Model Y is the most popular car in the world, and they didn't want to mess it up. So it was really important that they actually made it better. So I'm going to start by talking about the visual differences. So if we start at the front end of this original Model Y, you can see it has two headlights, a lower fog light, the bumper there, and a Tesla emblem on the hood. And if we go over to the Juniper, they actually did a different configuration. This did a light bar, very much like the Cybertruck, and then the headlights are placed down lower. These are matrix headlights that are in the Juniper Y that are actually activated. They're the first ones to pass the regulations to be able to sell the car with the lights activated. Lots of cars in this country come with matrix lights unactivated. I had an Audi that didn't have it, and like a lot of Porsches and stuff, because they haven't passed the NST regulations to be able to activate the lights. You can see from the side profile, it's not very different. It looks very, very similar. Let me tell you what my customer told me. So, all of the engineers that worked on this car have Model Ys. They've all experienced problems with them. So something he was very proud of was they changed this case for the side repeater. So this actually sticks out more and actually has a channel here for water to go around it, better than the previous gen, because there was a problem with these getting water on them, and when you're using full self-drive, if water gets on that camera, it'll deactivate it. So they solved that with this different casing. Now, the doors look basically identical to me. I see no real difference there, but the mirror is actually more aerodynamic, so it's actually gonna flow air a little bit better, increasing range. They really put a big focus on trying to get a little bit of extra range out of this, and they did that with some of their designs on the front, the mirror being one of them. Also, the camera on the side right here. This piece of glass actually now comes with a hydrophobic coating on it, which she told me that only lasts about 2 or 3 months. So we have a solution for that. We'll just coat it with G-force and it'll be there forever. But it's also heated now. So in colder climates, a lot of times there would be ice on this and this camera would be blind until the car got moving around. But now this actually has a defroster built into it. So this will defrost. The older version does not do that. And if we go to the back of the car, the swooping lines, the big hatch, the two liquid crystal LED lights, and then the two reflectors in the bottom of the bumper. Now, the new one has this big assembly right here that one of the engineers at Tesla told us they had to get a 5-ton press to make this. This is all one piece, from the light to this piece to this. And it's the only rear light in the world that has ever been made that actually just projects light onto this and reflects it out. Like any of the other cars you see, the Macans, the Porsches, the Audis, it's actually all a liquid crystal, similar to what you see in the older Tesla, except it's a light bar that goes all the way across, where this one actually reflects down onto this, giving you the light back here. It also works as a brake light. Now, from the new car to the old one, I noticed this right away as somebody who wraps these cars. You know, this was always something that people struggled on doing in one piece, but now they broke it up, so it should be a little bit easier, although that is a pretty intense duckbill there to wrap. So the trunk's now in 3 pieces instead of 1. Also the bumper. The bumper is fully connected on the older car, and now it's not. Which actually is kind of nice, because when you open this, if it would open, not on that one particular car. So when you open this now, it's just the plastic right here. And that's pretty cool, because I know a lot of people would beat up the top of that bumper. So if you come over here, the older one, you can see there's a painted lip right here. A lot of the times for the customers that heavily use these, we would put 2 pieces of PPF here. So we'd wrap the bumper and put another piece on top, because it's such a heavily trafficked area and you put stuff in and out and you hit it and chip it. So the new one eliminates that, but now you have that plastic back there that's probably easier to replace than painting your bumper. Another difference on the car is that I asked to explain why. So this plastic trim actually now has a little curve on it. So the reason they did that is to stop the car from getting so dirty. So the cars would they collect a lot of dirt on this area right here. And when they did, like you can see this trim piece is totally flat. So now that this is bent out, it actually will deflect some of the dirt from going onto the car itself, which I thought was a cool touch because again, the engineers that worked on this car are the ones that drive it and they wanted to fix everything. Now, some other differences that you can't see on the car is the glass. The glass apparently is very different on these two cars. So even though these cars have noise insulated glass on the front doors, this one has it on all the glass on the car. So measurably quieter than a Taycan is what I was told. And a Porsche Taycan has tons of sound insulation, but this is a quieter car. You can measure decibels inside of it. And I experienced it when I drove it. It felt like the quietest Tesla I've ever been in, and that's from a Cybertruck to an S to an X. It was super quiet on my drive over here. Now, another difference that you can't really see, apparently the camera system in the front of the car. So if we come over here and we look at this one, you can see sometimes when the sun reflects on that, it'll blind your autopilot cameras and you'll have a note that'll say the sun is too bright or autopilot reduced. This is called infinity black, I think is what he said. So that black apparently doesn't reflect light. So when you flash a light on this, it doesn't reflect light. So that'll stop that problem from happening where the autopilot cameras get blinded when you're driving directly into the sun. So the engineers, again, really went all out on that. And they were trying very hard to improve on this car, not take away from it with it already being so popular. Another big difference between these two cars is now that this came in the original Midnight Silver, and now the standard gray color they have is actually this stealth gray, so it's a little bit darker. This one over here, we actually did a matte PPF wrap on and a full ceramic coating like four years ago. Like 4 years ago, along with some crystalline window tint on it. And you can tell it still looks great. Like you would never know that this car was 4 years old. The film has held up awesome. It's protected it from rock chips. I can see that all our edges are still down. And that's something we really pride ourselves on here at OCDetailing. So if you ever want something similar, please give us a shout out. And those are the big differences I noticed and I see and was talked to about by the engineers. Thanks for watching. I'm Joe with OCDetailing. Please subscribe for more videos.